And now, for tonight's special story, we will investigate the effects of animal conservation efforts in Africa. Africa is home to more than half of the world's top 10 endangered animal species, like the wild dog, the black lemur, and the African elephant. Groups across Africa are doing their best to prevent the illegal hunting and poaching of these animals, but it is not always easy to enforce these regulations. Yesterday in Uganda, tensions between the conservationist group, UAF, and locals erupted when a farmer killed an African elephant while it raided his crops. A neighboring farmer discovered the carcass and reported the crime to the UAF, who in turn sent investigators to interrogate the man whose property the beast had been found upon. The man confessed and will be prosecuted, though a sentence has yet to be determined. In Uganda, the population is mostly made up of impoverished rural subsistence farmers. In fact, Uganda has Africa's largest rural population density. The already struggling farmers' troubles are added to by the increase in population of the African elephant. This endangered species is no longer allowed to be killed and can therefore raid and destroy crops without fear of human punishment. Parks and preserves have been established throughout Uganda, but the borders between these sanctuaries are fuzzy for both the people and the animals. Some farmers are unsure where their property ends and the preserve begins. It is because of these conditions that cases such as the young farmers are not uncommon in this region. Let's now go live to our Ugandan correspondent, Monica Dix, who will report further on this issue.
I'm here in the agricultural village of Zimbabwe, where this incident occurred. This is an agricultural village, very small as I mentioned, with an estimated population of just around 4,800. Behind me is the farmer's property, his house, and his agricultural fields. To my left is the elephant sanctuary. As you can see, there is no marked boundary here, separating the two properties. To protect his identity from those who are seeking vengeance, the man will be referred to as Agwambi, which is not his real name, and will remain behind this white sheet. He and my translator are here now. Hello, Mr. Agwambi. Thank you for coming.
Aliacha.
Mr. Agwambi, what prompted you to kill the elephant?
Agwambi, ki akikukola gui akut enjavu?
Enjavu kukikiri. Ingagawe inkisiwe. Koso. Ingawe inkisiwe. Nezi ulimi. Nezi abu wite awu.
The elephant was on my field. He was ruining my crops. My family starves because elephants eat and damage my crops. I must keep my family alive. So, I killed the elephant.
I see. So, at the time, were you aware of the attention this would bring you?
Gui akakuk kolo wuza ak wagira unosinga uk ula it gui.
Nida oku nayi in yenge nida in ramaka.
No, I thought only of my starving family. What else could I do?
So, what is the Ugandan government going to do to bring about justice?
Ki ugandazi ubal embazi kuk enda uma kulo kula wak usaweza zuzo.
Nezi nidi okolo.
I don't know.
Thank you. Che. That was my interview with Mr. Agwambi. As you can see, he and his family are quite desperate, and the increasing elephant population is causing him and other farmers many troubles. But others will make no exceptions for Mr. Agwambi and expect him to pay a price, just like the rest of the Ugandans. Very few elephants are left in existence. Their population has decreased dramatically since 1932, when thousands roamed in the wild. Over the past decades, the animals have been hunted to near extinction for their meat and tusks. In 1962, it became illegal to kill the African elephant, but it has not stopped poachers and hunters from doing so. This morning, I spoke with UAF spokeswoman Kisa Nabalungi. Roll the tape.
Good morning, Ms. Nabalungi. Good morning. So, Ms. Nabalungi, could you explain for our viewers what the UAF is and what you do to help protect the endangered species of Uganda?
Yes, of course. The UAF is a conservationist group that is mainly responsible for the well-being and safety of Uganda's animal protection. Population, that is. We are the animal's voice. Most people in Uganda do not understand the problems that these animals face. It is our duty to educate our country and save the dwindling populations like the African elephant. It makes me proud and happy that our government, though still developing, has begun to address this issue. With our help, the government has established 12 parks and preserves throughout Uganda to be a refuge for those poor endangered species.
What are some of the animals that you are so concerned about?
Well, there are so many poor animals that need protection in Uganda. But some of the main ones are the chimpanzee, giant African water shrew, moon shrew, mountain gorilla, Brontoonese otter shrew, wild dog, and of course the African elephant. These are all native species to Uganda and highly endangered because habitat destruction to accommodate more farming and those evil people who hunt and poach them.
Such a pity. But so what are your thoughts regarding Mr. Agwambi, the man who killed the elephant?
Me and the people of the UAS and Uganda are outraged. When I think of all the poor baby elephants that are being poached, it makes my heart want to cry. This man destroyed a creature of such beauty, such elegancy, such scarcity. And why? Because it walked on its field. As my dear supporter Ansel Adams says, it is horrifying that we have to fight our own government to save the environment.
Very.
We can spare no more elephant lives. And if we want to bring their numbers back up once more and find them roaming in the wild, we must continue to preserve them. We cannot let such poor animals fall victim to hunting or poaching.
Thank you, Miss Nabalungi. We all learned a lot.
Thank you. Back to you, Sydney.
Thank you, Monica. As you can see, there are many sides to the conservationists' efforts. But we predict that the outcome of this case will not be in the favor of the young farmer, and that the people of Africa will continue to be affected by problems such as these. Please join us after the break as we investigate the series of shocking strangulation outbreaks that have shaken southeastern Wisconsin.